Previously on Queer Ghost Hunters. When the team co-leader parked the car at her parents' house, the ghost of a dead lesbian nun moved in.
Madeline definitely wanted to be around Lori more.
Lori and her just had a connection. And
unlike any paranormal experience I've ever even heard of.
I think sometimes it's like your first lesbian love.
What do you do? Just like, you're trying to get her out of Lori's parents' house.
Do you want to go back to the convent?
Do we put her in the car?
Scott said, would it be out of the question if she came and just spent one night with you?
Is that out of the question?
Well, sure, baby. I don't have a problem with a night.
Yeah, I mean, that's breaking every ghost hunter rule that's ever been made.
But we've already broken sort of most ghost hunting rules in the book, so. Madeline's coming home with me, and then back to the convent.
Call her a taxi.
Call her a taxi.
I'd had not one feeling. I wasn't even sure she was there, to be honest. I just saw nothing, felt nothing.
The morning after, Lori drives Madeline back to the convent she came from. The team photographer is joining them.
And Madeline, we truly just want you to be happy. We're afraid that we got you somewhere and stranded you.
I mean, it wasn't a bad thing, but I was definitely like, okay, you guys have this bond already.
So what ended up happening last night?
I just started talking and I showed her around the house. I told her about my life. I made some dinner, some pasta. I put out a glass of wine for her. Razzle-dazzle. And I lit some candles because I said,
Sounds like they had a great date.
I said, we want to know you're here, but please make sure you don't scare Pork Chop, particularly she's really skittish. And I said, and don't scare me.
Got in bed and I said, I'm going to turn the recorder on and, maybe we can know each other better that way. I hadn't had a chance to listen to those recordings. There is a stunning EVP of Madeline pacing around for a minute and a half.
EVP is short for electronic voice phenomenon. Sounds of paranormal activity that can't be heard in the moment, but reveal themselves later on playback.
But it's very demure. It's like with slippers on. You can hear it.
Madeline followed her to her house. So it definitely did work.
Yeah, she actively was at Lori's house for the entire duration of the night.
While she's sleeping. It probably wasn't Pork Chop because, Madeline, to me, seems like a lost spirit. Doesn't quite know where she belongs, but
It's a little bit of an odd feeling now to hear that someone was walking around your bedroom as you were laying in bed. But it comforts me. I think it really is her. That's what I sort of picture as she's sort of pacing around the room last night. It's kind of like she just doesn't know what to do. Sort of paces, like thinking. You know, there's just like, I don't know what to do with this.
We're driving up to Toledo, and we actually stopped at the Ursuline Nun Cemetery. So it was kind of like, okay, yeah, like stopping to see everyone before ultimately going home.
Sister Madeline came along with us for a while and took a little visit, but she told us that she was
You walk into that field of women, that, you want to talk like you say chosen family.
Madeline, you did tell us that you were buried here, and that we could.
You could definitely feel the just like intimacy of having looked up the history of all these women and then seeing their headstones.
Madeline, you did tell us that you were buried here and that we could find your grave here, but we've not found either a birth name or a chosen Ursuline name of Madeline.
Obviously, as always with this kind of work, brings up the question of like, what's gonna happen to everyone I know? Like, are we gonna randomly end up whisked away into someone's car to who knows what city?
When we started this, I really thought it would be hit or miss with queer entities. And we found queer people everywhere, just like you do in the real world.
Today, the convent is an artist's space and houses the LGBT Center in Toledo.
Literally, as soon as we pulled into the convent, I was like, you know, I'm like heart racing, excited to be here. It almost felt like we were all feeling what Madeline was feeling at the time. Like, cool, it's good to be back.
It was such a pleasure getting to know you, and I will treasure knowing you for the rest of my life.
I almost felt like perverse in watching this interaction between Lori and Madeline, just because I was like, you know, you guys just like finished up a date. Like, I feel like I'm like interrupting a like couple interacting with each other.
Always be proud of who you are, who you were. You have nothing to be ashamed of ever, and never let any entity or anything tell you otherwise.
And I said, you know, you got that Pride office down there in the hall too. You can go visit them.
We never got consent from these people to learn about their lives, and they're still able to teach us so much. And it definitely felt like a much emptier car on the way back.
I imagined her getting back into that convent and the other entities just swarming around her. Like, where have you been? Where have you been? And she's like, you are never gonna believe what happened to me. We're never truly going to know if that's Madeline, but you know what? It has to be contributing to the good of this cosmos, and no one will ever make me believe otherwise. So why not keep going out and doing this? I mean, what do we have to lose?
In Season 2, the queer ghost hunters investigate the prison that was the setting for the film The Shawshank Redemption.
Are you attracted to Scott? That's a yes. That's a hard yes.
Subscribe to our channel for updates. Can't wait? Listen to more EVPs and other exclusive content with your monthly pledge of $1 or more. It helps our search for queer ghosts and lost LGBTQ history.